Al, we have reached the penultimate episode of season 2.
Yep.
We sure are here.
We sure did watch an episode.
We be sure did watch an episode indeed. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and Al Watch Love Live Superstar. It is episode number 23. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Allen Ladium.
Hello, hello.
We are discussing season 2, episode number 11, entitled Dream. Because that's where I want to be in a dream. We kicked this episode off and they revealed the results of the Love Live Tokyo portion of the tournament.
Well, first off, Crunchyroll just straight up spoiled.
They spoiled it for you. They didn't spoil it for me.
Well, they did because I sent it to you.
I know, but that's because you're a rude dude.
I am. I'm sorry.
Sending me spoilers
I'm sorry.
of the most shocking aspect of this episode.
Anyway, they went the boring route.
Yeah, Liel wins. Who's surprised?
Who's surprised?
Yay. Wien is very upset and she's like, yo, I don't agree with this. This is BS.
Like, she grabs the mic, is like, this is stupid, which I
Yeah.
agree with her. I was texting you. I was like, probably for different reasons than her, but I also don't agree with these results.
And then Conan's just like, well, we came together as a group, so that's why we won. And you don't have a group, so you lost.
She's
I was
basically just like on
I
solo.
was like, what?
It's like you couldn't have like brought that in a better way. Like we power friendshiped it. Like no, you're a solo artist, so you suck.
So that's how that happens. And then we transfer over to Conan's place where they have a little wrap up party celebrating that they won. They're all having drinks, looking up online how the internet is dogging Wien because they don't like her anymore because she said mean things about Love Live.
Yep.
And then Conan's sister comes in with a giant popper and is like, Happy New
New
Year!
Year!
And they're like, hey, wait, what? Wait,
All
it's
right.
the New Year? Oh, right, it's the New Year. Let's go to the shrine. And they go to the shrine that has like the most people there. It's packed. And they're like, it's very cold. Why are we sitting in line? Conan's just like, yeah, I don't go out and do this at midnight. I just stay inside and hang out under the kotatsu and just chill.
Ren doesn't know what that is.
Because she has too much money to know what a kotatsu is, apparently.
Yeah, and then the first warp of the episode happens.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they do the good thing of like, we don't have to watch these people walk to a new location.
No, but I mean, they could have said like, why don't we go to Sumerae's
I mean, they make it
shrine
clear
or
that they
something?
go there, so like there really isn't like I think a need to do that.
It's just very weird to be like, we're in line. There are lots of people. We're talking about kotatsus. Okay, now we're at Sumerae's thing. It's like, okay, I guess.
I mean, I think like, they get across what they need to get across, even if they don't like explicitly spell it out for the viewer.
All right, you think that?
I do think that. Like, I don't think you need to like handhold people and be like, all right, we're gonna go over here now. Like, you can. They clearly make a very distinct cut here of like group of people. All right, it's very empty, and they make a reference to the hey, we're at Sumerae's place.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it was lazy. They could have done something to indicate that they were like unhappy
I think
there.
it's lazier to pad in stuff like that.
This entire episode's lazy.
But yeah, they go to Sumerae's place and they get their prayers in for the year and do all
Yep.
that stuff. And then Kanan looks up Wien on the internet and finds her social media page
Gets her
and,
dad to translate it.
and finds out she was supposed to go to this school in Vienna and now she's not going and that's why she's sad. And she calls Chisato about it. It's like, this is why she's sad. And then she finds a picture that she just posted on social media. She's like, I'm going to go find that place.
Warp.
So she runs
She
over
also
to,
has an encyclopedia dictionary.
yes, the best of both worlds.
Yep, yep.
That's all you need. 2 books in one.
You realize that her name is Wien, but like her name is essentially Vienna. So we have Kanan Shibuya, and then we have Wien, who's Vienna.
We just love places here.
Yeah, let's just name our characters after places that they're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
So she goes and finds Wien at the Jingo Stadium, just like staring up at the clouds, like, bruh.
Bruh.
Just looking high as heck.
So high.
And then she's like, why did you make a mockery of the Love Live? And then Wien's like, yeah, this is dumb. I don't have to explain myself to you. And then Khan's like, oh yeah, by the way, I heard you didn't get into school. Take that.
Yeah.
And then we get this weird reasoning of like, oh yeah, well I didn't get in, but they said if I won Love Live, they would let me in as a transfer student because I want to go to the same school as my sister. And that's how I was going to make my way in. That's the only reason I joined Love Live, because I think this is a stupid competition, but I had to do it because of that.
Which makes
like, huh?
-10 amount of sense.
Huh?
Huh? I think this is the point where you're like, oh, they're just doing a copy paste.
Yeah, this is just the Cuckoo story.
It's Cuckoo, and then, like I said, add in a little bit of Mia Taylor, because it's like I come from a famous music family.
Yeah. Wien also basically reiterates that, yeah, I think I won. I think that's the case here. And I was like, no, we won because we came together as a group and we did better and our emotions were better. And Wien's like, that sounds completely stupid. I'm leaving.
Sounds fake, but okay.
I'm out of here. The rest of the girls, they get up on stage at their school and are like, yay, we won. Yippee. And then they're like,
Let's
okay,
cry.
we gotta go practice. And then the director shows up, is like, I gotta speak to Kanan real quick.
She looks like somebody kicked her puppy. She looks so sad.
I thought it would have been more interesting here if like they were gonna do like, oh, Wien's disputing the results, so they're gonna have to like do like a recount or something. But no, it's like, hey, do you want to go to study abroad?
Do you want to go to the exact same school that Wien didn't get into? Because like, here you go. Here's a full ride. It's like, okay, let's break this down for a second. Kanan's been talking about the power of the group,
Yes.
and how the group is the reason that they won and blah blah blah. And then somehow she gets singled out
with no real explanation.
No real explanation, but also like she didn't even win Love Live. She won a qualifier.
Yeah, and they're basically saying like, oh, you'll start in April, so you could go win Love Live and then go there.
And they're like, oh my god.
Cross off all your goals.
You can do all this music for a career. It's like, bruh, she didn't even win. And like, she's part of our group. What about the rest of the group? Do you just hate them? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Like they clearly are trying to tie this into like, Kanan has the musical background and everything. Like, she came to this school in particular because she wanted to get into the music program and everything. But like they really kind of lazily do it. There's like, oh yeah, they just want you because they saw you in the Love Live qualifiers and thought you were good. So they're like, hey, let's give you a scholarship.
Yeah.
Come on over.
It's stupid.
It's very weird. And then she just straight up lies to everyone about it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I was just researching Wien about this. Ha 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 ha.
She just so happened to have this brochure
This
for this
pamphlet.
school.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
weird,
then-
huh?
And then Kana like reads through the pamphlet, goes to put on her guitar or play her guitar, and then the rest of the group girls are just like doing a cheerleader pyramid to try and look into her room. And then she's like, oh hey, by the way, I'm not gonna go. Even though I just read through this pamphlet, I'm not going. I'm gonna stay another year. And then like Wien's watching in the background. Chisato's like, this is weird. I don't know if you're really making the right decision here. And then the rest of the girls are very happy, and then Chisato runs after Wien to be like, hey, what's going on here? What's the deal, yo? And Wien's just like, yeah, I heard from my parents that, if Kanan goes and accepts this scholarship, they'll let me in as well. So, like, I guess I have to hope she goes in now, or I'll just figure out another way in, which is like, what?
What?
Why would this be a package deal? Also, like, it would be more interesting if, like, she was just more at her, like, oh, you just took my dream again. You stole this opportunity away from me.
That would
not
have been
just like,
so much better.
Oh, well, if we're going to let her in, we're going to recruit her. And I guess if she gets in, we'll bring you in as well because we want her to teach you how to sing. And it's like, what?
Which then also implies that her parents have some kind of sway over who gets into the school anyway.
I think they definitely mentioned that.
And so it's just like, wow, they're just wrecking their like daughter her self-esteem for no reason and like
Also, like,
attaching all these stupid rules to it. Like,
if you're going to a school that is primarily for music, there are going to be better teachers there to teach this gal how to sing than Kanan.
and also like it's Vienna. They're not really known for like pop music. They're known for more like
Very
classical music.
bizarre. It's very bizarre.
The whole thing makes literally no sense.
This whole episode is basically like we are introducing drama, cutting it off. Introducing drama, cutting it off. Introducing drama, cutting it off. Introducing drama, end of episode.
Yeah. I agree with you. It would have been so much better if she's like, she stole that from me too. Like, you know, she stole my one chance to get into school and now she's stealing my actual spot at the school. Like, she sucks.
Yeah,
But
the
no,
whole thing's
we
just,
get this instead.
this is just a bizarre episode.
I do like that she at one point just like puts her arms around her. It's like, I'm not letting you go unless you talk to me. And she's
I
like,
was hoping
ah.
she was gonna suplex her.
I was hoping she would suplex her too. That would have made this episode way more interesting.
That would have been better. And then we go to the end of the episode where they have a Kotatsu on the roof,
Again, warping.
which I don't understand how they did that.
No, I don't either.
How do they warp when they go from the end of the day to the next day?
What do you mean?
You said they warped.
They warped the table.
They didn't warp a table up there.
How else did they get the table up there?
They carried it up the stairs, obviously.
No, they warped it up there.
They got a crane and lifted it up.
Kanan
They brought a helicopter.
Kanan warped over to the stadium, and then they warped the Kotatsu.
You just didn't know that Kanan is Goku and she learned the instant transmission.
Also, Kanan warped from upstairs to downstairs, like when they
Okay,
fell.
that one I will give you, because that was way too quick for her to get run downstairs and then run out to where they were. Because they fall and immediately she's there.
Immediately.
That one I will give you.
Come on, let me have some fun with the episode, because it was already a terrible episode, and I think the warping is funny.
Look, I will give you that much.
Thank you. Anyway, they're up there and enjoying the Kotatsu.
Yeah, and they're just all hanging out. Sumere's just like, why are you in a Kotatsu? What is going on here? I am freezing. Please help. And then Kanan's like, we're going to practice. Yay, I love practicing. We're going to warm up when we practice. Woohoo. And then Chisato's like, hey, you should go study abroad. Fade to black, end of episode.
I take issue with your decision.
And now we will get the lead into next week where they'll win Love Live, and then Kanan has to make a decision.
And then we go to Vienna for the movie?
Yeah, probably. That's probably how this would go. I mean, at least, like, it would be more interesting if, like, they win Love Live and she goes off to go study abroad. That's a more interesting concept here than they just win Love Live and she stays for another year.
Yeah.
Even though it's, to be fair, it is not the most interesting scenario out of any of this. Like,
you know
they
what
could
I
have
think would
gone
be more interesting?
They could have gone in so many other different directions, considering all the times we've been like, hey, they should do DEF, and they just go off and do ABC instead.
Yep.
But yes, what do you think would be the more interesting option here?
They go to the Love Live as a group.
How dare you?
And they lose. And then Kanan decides that the way to like get better is to go to this school. And then they have to figure out like how do we actually do this with her away.
Well,
they're not going to do it.
No, of course not.
But it would be more interesting.
Yeah, but
like I said, this is a coup by
Chisato's taking over.
Chisato's taking over. She's like, you know what?
I'm gonna get her out of here.
Kanan has solved all the problems every single time, and I'm
kick my
tired of
childhood
it.
friend out.
I'm the president of this club. This is a coup. Go to Vienna.
It's a coup.
Oh man, because my initial thought was that like wherever we go for abroad was gonna be Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now it's looking less likely.
I think the only
that.
problem with your scenario is that if they lose, Cuckoo leaves as well.
Yeah. I mean, they could probably argue again that they made a milestone.
Oh, we're gonna try again. Please let me stay. They're like, all right, whatever. But regardless,
Yeah, I mean, she's not gonna go, and they're gonna win, and I don't know, like this whole season's been on warp speed and terrible writing.
it's not gonna be. This will not be a satisfying conclusion.
No, it will not.
So there you go. Do you want to talk about notes and trivia real quick?
Sure, hit me.
Our NHKE broadcast exclusive end card this week is of Chisato.
Whoa.
And then, hey, did you know that this is a callback to the previous Love Live series that, like Mia, Wien comes from a family of esteemed musicians?
Whoa!
I know, very shocking. But yeah, that's it. Next week will be the season 2 finale of Love Live Superstar, entitled "A Story That Makes My Dreams Come True."
Mm-hmm.
Because you're making my dreams come true.
That's a good song.
Yeah, what if they just played that for the Love Live finale?
I'd be into that.
It'd be very good. It'd be a very good goof.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we'll be talking about next week. But for now, that's going to do it for this week's episode. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can buy our books, One Shining Moment, a critical analysis of Love Live Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next week as we finally reach the finale of Love Live Superstar.
Mm-hmm.